feel it? Can you feel it? Whoa, yeah.
Good evening, guys. DecibelLK just crash landed to an amazing atmosphere, and also I have a very hard person, very hard to catch him, but he's actually the main contributors towards esports. I mean, his team. I mean, you must have seen his face, but for the viewers who don't know him, can you explain?
I'm Raveen Wijethilake. I'm the president of the Sri Lanka Esports Association, newly appointed, as well as we run Gamer.lk and in-game esports.
That sums up everything. So, Raveen, just a small question. I mean, I don't believe that it will be a small question, but what's the whole point of this thing? We see an Olympic logo here. What is this actually?
Okay, so esports has been at a very grassroots level from basically 2008, where we it was just a bunch of friends getting together trying to do something that we were passionate about, right? And so now we are like 12-15 years since. So there has to be some sort of progress in going from this hobby or pastime, or as some people say, like a kiddish game, to what is now recognized as a sport. So in 2019, esports was recognized as an official sport. It was gazetted in Parliament. We have the Sri Lanka Esports Association governing esports in Sri Lanka. And that's the reason we are here at the National Olympic Committee auditorium to elect the new board of 23 and 24. And we thought it was appropriate to... Previous years, we've had it a lot more casual. These AGMs were a lot more casual. During COVID, it was online. So we thought it was important to sort of take a step up in terms of quality, in terms of the process. And we thought the National Olympic Committee auditorium was a good fit for where we were going in terms of esports and the structure of governance.
Raveen, if you can give us a summary of what happened in the AGM, who are the appointed members? I mean, we know that you're the president, since you addressed it earlier. Can you just give a brief idea?
Today was the AGM where the general members voted on who will lead the Sri Lanka Esports Association. We appointed the president, so I was re-elected as president today. We had Malinda Jayasekara, who was elected as the vice president. We had Ramesh Liyanage, I think you all have heard from him already, who was elected as the secretary of the association. We had Vikum, who was elected as the treasurer. We had media secretary. You're going to help me out here because you're also part of this. We had Abit, who was appointed as the media secretary, so he'll be in charge of the media side of things. The assistant media secretary was Navod Bopitia. The assistant secretary was none other than Chatra. Is it Jayasekara?
Yeah.
Okay, it's Chatra Jayasekara. A lot of Jayasekaras here, unrelated by the way. And we have CB. So we have the chairman of the clan committee. So he's the one who's looking after the clans, making sure they're well looked after. We have Safwan Mansoor, who's also known as CB, who was appointed today by popular vote.
I mean, guys, this is the update for the next 2 years. Raveen, we wanted to ask you regarding a roadmap. I mean, we know what the roadmap is, but the viewers don't know. Can you give us a brief explanation of what the roadmap is for Sri Lanka?
Sure. So just to understand what we do at SLESA, the Sri Lanka Esports Associations, there's a lot going on behind the scenes that if you're a gamer in Sri Lanka or even competing in esports in Sri Lanka, you might not really see on the forefront. Making sure that esports is represented at all of these national level sporting conversations is one major part of what we do at the Sri Lanka Esports Association. Making sure the documentation is right, making sure our finances are audited by government, making sure our national teams have national selection committees. Those are also appointed by government, and we have to adhere to all of those different criteria in order to maintain esports as a recognized sport, and for Sri Lanka the Esports Association to continue as the governing body for esports in the country. So the roadmap for 2023 and 24 is a lot more of that boring stuff that you don't see in public and you don't get views, and that's not glamorous at all, but there's a lot of sort of administration and paperwork that goes into maintaining esports in the country. As well as we have a lot more public facing events coming. We have the Asian Games, which is going to be a big one. So we're going to send a national esports team to the Asian Games this year. We have the IESF World Championship happening this year. We're going to send a national team for that. We have the Global Esports Games happening towards the end of the year. We're going to send a national esports team for that. We have a couple of other events that we are trying to organize between friendlies between countries. that's going to happen. We have nationals, which is the Sri Lanka Esports Nationals. That will be happening, February and March. That is going to be how we're going to select the national team who is going to represent Sri Lanka at these other events. So a lot of exciting things happening this year.
I mean, Raveen, we can go on and on and on, but just want to ask, just to, finish it off, what do you think about DecibelLK and the promotion?
So Yasmin and crew have been a big part of our lives from way back. We go way back when. And I think y'all getting into esports like this and covering the esports scene is a huge bonus for us. Like it's been fantastic. I've watched some of the podcasts that you guys have done. I watched some of the coverage that you guys have done. Fantastic. This is exactly what we need as the sport grows. I'm really happy that Chatra has got involved, and so congratulations to you on being a part of this. It's exactly that kind of energy that we need to sort of push esports forward in the country. So Decibel, awesome stuff.
Thanks a lot. And guys, this is esports in Sri Lanka, okay? You might be not knowing the behind the scenes happening here. You might be seeing what are the clans and all, but these are the people who are actually behind it. And here as Decibel, we want to make sure that we want to support Sri Lankan esports and support Sleza. And if you want to support GK, that's also there. So stay tuned for more information.